Hey guys, themtgnoob here, and Funky Dude wanted to run it back, and so did I. I'm actually going to defer here and let him play first, as a lot of times when testing, that's correct, even though if you win the die roll. This hand's somewhat not a keep, I think. I mean, we do get an extra card and have a Nighthawk, but if he has any removal, it's really hard. Bonfire costs 3, and this costs 3, and all of his 1-drops won't be swept by Bonfire, so I'm actually going to ship this as well. This isn't great either, but I think I got to keep this on the draw. Both of our lands come in tapped, but having all this life gain is pretty substantial here. You know, he mulls to 5, I mull to 6. Excuse me, I'm up a card, and now all my lands come in untapped for the most part. That's pretty good. We are a little bit behind, so he can still potentially have the crazy draw here. So he's going to hit us for 3, and we're going to be like, okay, thanks. So he hastes those guys up. I might actually, if I draw nothing here, on his turn, I might actually, on my next turn 3, I might Rakdos return him for 1 if I draw nothing. If he goes Planeswalker here, I'm probably in toast. Toast land is where I am. Cinnamon toast crunch. It looks pretty bad. 1-drop into 2-drop is pretty harsh. Okay, so we are gonna just Rakdos return him for 1 here, as it knocks him off of Land Hellrider on his turn, which is all we can really ask for. We are gonna take 5, and he still has potential to rip, which is not great for us, but if we can live this turn, which we can't block this, so blocking this is really our only out, and then going into a Thragtusk, we might be able to stabilize, but we're going to be pretty low. If this is Boar here, which it looks like it might be, we're definitely in trouble. As you can see, even on a mull to 5, when he's on the play, we're much more of a dog in this matchup. And now I almost don't think we can win this match, as we'll be at 7. We can block this, which is great, but I mean, not amazing. And we have been hitting a lot of land, which usually I would say is great. However, in this case, I would have preferred to get some removal going. Being at 3 is not great. I will be most likely blocking this and probably trading here. I can not double block the Noble. So I think that's got to be our line, unfortunately. Okay, and he's got probably a Searing Spear here. Oh, jeez. Oh, Gorklan. Alright, well, that was a good 5. We couldn't really do much against that. Alright, so we're on the play this time, and like I said, the Rakdos returns are too slow. Victim of Night is not great at killing the Stromkirk Noble, but it's probably the only thing that we have. I think this is faster than this, and it blocks everything. So I think this time I'm actually going to try the Thundermaw Hellkite as opposed to the Acidic Slime. And we'll cut the Garrux and the Rakdos returns, and we will play first. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Double Farseek is fine. And not taking damage off of our lands is also fine. Bonfire for 2 may do something eventually. Most likely not. But Nighthawk and Nighthawk's going to be good for us. So he keeps his 7 as well. And we won't take 2 out of the gate. Alright, so he plays a tap Temple Garden, which means that he's got no 1-drop in hand. He most likely has a very nice next turn. I have to get a red source here. There's no other ways around it. We have green for everything. We only really need 1 red source, but we have Mizium Mortars. I think I want more black sources since I have a lot of double black cards in hand. Ideally, what would be the play next turn is to draw a land and Farseek and be able to victim something. Okay, so he's probably got Emissary into maybe Boar here or something of that nature. I really don't feel good about I really don't feel good about Nighthawk in this matchup like I'd like to. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I'm glad I got that black source. We are going to be slowing down our mana, but I'm going to be able to kill both of his guys here. And then that'll be pretty sweet. Alright, so we're going to victim the boar. And it looks like he's a little bit color screwed. So we're going to actually take 2. And then if he plays nothing else, I'll slip this after damage. Now, that may seem somewhat loose, but I'd rather, like, let's say he played out another boar there, I'd rather kill that. Now we're going into an empty board against him, which is really, really nice. I could play a Nighthawk here, but I'd almost rather ensure a Thragtusk next turn against this board, and it also makes our bonfire much, much better. So I'm not going to be taking 2 here. We will Farseek and get another red source. You'll just get another Blood Crypt. We have pretty much all colors that we need. So he's a little bit color screwed himself. And we'll see, maybe he's got a boar there, which is fine. Our piggy, which is not really a piggy, is much, much better. I don't know if I really want to trade here. I think I'd almost rather play the Nighthawk, draw out removal, and kill his boar. But the thing is, currently, if I take that line, we're just waiting, and I don't really want to wait against him, as he's probably got a handful of gas, and he just can't get it out because he's got two things in play, 2 lands. Okay, so we're gonna swing. He's probably gonna trade, which is fine. If he doesn't trade here, I'd be very surprised. And then we'll play. Wow, that's shocking. That means he's got like a ridiculous hand and he just can't get it online. I almost don't want to play this in case he's waiting on a Domini Rod and then we end up getting our butt kicked by it when these two fight. But I think I have to just keep adding to my life total against it, a mana screwed opponent and adding things to the board. And if he doesn't play anything, this gets to flip, which is pretty much value town. And it looks like he's just color screwed. Yeah, so he just scoops that up. Okay, so my logic also is against Namirod, the acidic slime does keep him off of his colors. However, this flies over and just kills it dead. And it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal in this matchup, but it really kind of is because him having a Planeswalker and me having no board, it's really hard for me to close it out. Another card I haven't really thought about cutting is this Olivia because I like Olivia in this matchup, but if you get to untap with it with 4 mana, you usually can machine gun down a few things, and you can always steal things as well. I'm considering the Staff of Nim, but I think it's way too slow, especially on the draw, and considering that I'm having trouble as is, I don't think I want to bring in more late drops. Okay, so we have a pretty good hand here. I can't see mulliganing this. He's having some trouble with his mana, I would say, but his deck is hyper aggressive. I'll have to ask him how many lands is he playing, since it seems to be that he's always mulling. Okay, so he goes Mountain on 1. Mountain on 1 with no 1-drop is probably the best we can ask for. If I had a Tragic Slip, I'd definitely play the Blood Crypt untapped because he does have explosive plays. Like, he can go Emissary into Lightning Mauler and things of that nature, and that's always difficult for us to deal with. That's just a bore, which is fine. Like I said, I like saving my Abrupt Decays for what matters in this match, which is his Planeswalker. Okay, and we rip that, which is very good, because we did need another black source. We'll just blow this up. Don't want to have him go boar on us, which is a likely line. It's going turn 2 boar, turn 3 boar. See? Okay, So we can really get risky here and play out a Nighthawk. I think if he does have a Hell Rider, we really might be in trouble. Um, I think we gotta wait and hope he doesn't. See, if I play this, it entices him to use a Searing Spear and get in for 3. And then that's a Searing Spear out of the way for this. But if I go Abrupt Decay, he still gets in with Hell Rider. I think I'm almost going to play the Nighthawk here. It'll probably eat a removal spell, and he'll get in for 3. But that buys me time for this Bonfire. As it's not exceptional here, it is a thing. And if he wants to swing in here, I think I almost have to trade out since I have another Nighthawk in hand and an Olivia. And we're gaining 2 life. I mean, he really doesn't like me having a Nighthawk online. He's, okay. But I think the Nighthawk just as a roadblock is pretty interesting in this matchup. He also might be trying to... Ooh, Reckoner. Okay. Reckoner is not good against Nighthawk. Nighthawk is not good against Reckoner, I should say. Alright, so we're at an impasse here where we're kind of trying to not die to this. I think I almost want to play another Nighthawk. Like, yes, I can kill this with a... with an Olivia eventually, and I could even steal it. But I think that line is pretty loose. Like, in this matchup, Olivia is a 6-drop to avoid Searing Spears. Now, he can bash in here pretty much free reign. I'm not going to block this since he can give his Reckoner first strike. And racing double Reckoner here might almost be impossible. Okay, Lightning Mauler is a thing. Have to keep that in mind. If I would have played Olivia last turn, it might have eaten a Searing Spear, but it also might have been better. We really needed to hit a land there. He's probably going to set up something explosive on his turn. I can't really hang back with this. I can, but the thing is, I might not gain life then if he just sends in the Reckoner. You know what? I think I'm almost going to hang back here. Yeah, I think that's correct. It doesn't allow for him to get in with the Lightning Mauler profitably. Next turn, if I land a Thragtusk, we're looking pretty good. I almost want to hold this up for the Reckoner this turn, even if he goes, okay, Domini Ra, get huge advantage. I think he just swings in with this, and this turn, I think I have to Abrupt Decay it. See if he wants to go in with Blood Rush. I don't think he does, though. He might be playing around this Abrupt Decay, but this isn't profitable for him as he can't realistically fight this with this. So we're at 16 against a very aggressive deck with a Thragtusk in hand, which I can't really ask for more. If he goes Planeswalker here, that was really well played. Another Lightning Mauler is really not scary, except for next turn he might go multiple 2s or multiple 3s and get going. I'm just going to wipe his board here. I'm not even going to dick around. I almost want him to play another 1-drop, although I don't think he's going to. Okay, so let's see what we draw. Okay, we draw Farseek, which is great, but in this case it's nothing special. I don't think I can Farseek this turn and not blow up his Lightning Maulers in a 2-for-1. I think I almost have to do this. And then just hope that my late game, just gets there. Which I think it can definitely do that. Next turn I play an Olivia. You know. And then if I hit a land, I play a Thragtusk. Now, if he goes land Hell Rider here, that's going to be somewhat problematic, as Hell Rider just does get him back in this game, but we're racing Hell Rider 4 versus 3. Okay, he's got another Reckoner there. Okay, which is fine. See what we draw. Another Thragtusk. I think I'm going to do this, get in for 2. put him down and put us up. And I'm going to play an Olivia this turn. Now, I'm hoping to really just get this 5th land on my own. Because if I put an Olivia down and he does drop a Hellrider, which I'm pretty sure he has in hand, it at least trades out with it. And worst case scenario, this eats a Searing Spear and I have another one in hand. And best case scenario, the Olivia sticks around for a while and isn't, the worst line. I mean, getting to that 5 being at 20 doesn't seem as important as having something in play that could potentially just start picking things off and killing things. And the good thing about this is I can grow this next turn. I'm not going to block here. I'm just going to take it. And we're going to start beating 5 versus 3 in the air, which is really 1 since I'm going to be gaining the 2 life. I mean, double Gore Clan Rampager is a thing here. So we got to keep that in mind. But we'll see what we draw into. Okay, Emissary, which is fine. I mean, my turn may just be eating this Emissary. Okay, 2 emissaries. Okay, so he's having a big turn here. But currently, even with having a big turn, I can do a lot of things myself, which is maybe play Thragtusk, maybe eat an Emissary, and block a Reckoner, things of that nature. Okay, so double Emissary. Like, he's basically telling me that he wants me to more or less sit here and try to waste time eating his emissaries. I don't think I'm going to fall for that plan, because the emissaries are interesting, but the thing is, I think I have other plans of my own, which is to get some mana and play some Abrupt Decays on his turn, killing his Reckoner, and we can also ping if he does nothing. One of the comments I received was, you can ping when Olivia's tapped, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know that, I just didn't think that was a thing at the time. So we'll see if he tries to Gore Clan. He's definitely going to spread it out if he does. I think I just decay this now. And if he wants to eat this with the Searing Spear, he does. And that's fine by me. Because next turn we're just going Thragtusk. I mean, this is probably, yeah, that's fine. We trade, we trade there, and we take some damage. But, like I said, we have another one, and he's got 2 cards in hand. And the other one will be better protected. I mean, having triple Thragtusk is just going to be big game. I mean, okay, so maybe a Hellrider comes down here, or a Gore Clan Rampager. But being at 22, there's just really not much to do about this. He's got to be aggro, and that tells me maybe he actually has another Hellrider. And I just eat this one. There's no reason for me to be like, oh, well, I'll pick off an Emissary because I want to get value. I don't care. I want Hellrider off the board. Hellrider is the thing that keeps him most in the game. Okay, so we have 5 on the return swing, and we're more or less just going Thragtusk here. And going back up to 20. I mean, nothing else to say. I mean, being at 20 against this, the deck is performing very well. He has had mana problems pretty much every game, and we are a dog on the draw. But, seems like on the play we're pretty good. The Olivia play might have been, loose there, but I was okay with going into a Thragtusk from the Olivia and letting this die and tapping out to kill his Reckoner. All right, well, thanks for watching. Please check out themtgnoob.com.